What is up, everybody? And in this video today, I'm going to be moving some fish around and making a gourami paradise. So the gouramis that we're going to be working with today are possibly a pair of honey gouramis and possibly a pair of sparkling gouramis. So we have two of each. I'm going to try and make them a nice aquascape. And first, we have to get the tank. The tank that we are using for these gouramis will be this 10-gallon. Of course, I'll have to empty it first. There is one minnow or shiner in it, as well as one medium-sized crayfish. So I'm gonna put them in a different holding tank, and then we'll drain it and take everything out, and then start to scape it. I've drained some of the half of the water about that was in the tank. Now I'm gonna try and net out all like this floating plant stuff and everything, and then I'm gonna take out all of the rocks and little pieces of driftwood, and then I'll try and remove the gravel. So what I do first is take out all the rocks, and then I try and get this pump in there, and I could not get it figured out to like save me at all. And it took me forever to realize that I had to turn the pump the other way in the tank, and as you can see here, the water level is draining now. And then I tilt it on its side to get as much water as I can out. It's okay if there's still some water in it. Now I'm going to start filling this up with some substrate, and then we'll get to the aquascaping. What I'm doing here is dumping back in some of the old gravel from the tank, because just to add height and I can use it, and then I put in some fluvial stratum on top of that and a thin layer, and now I'm adding in the new gravel. And I spray off the walls because some of the sand got stuck to the walls after I wiped them down because they're still wet. And now I'm smoothing all the gravel out, trying to find the right shape I want. And now I'm adding in a bunch of rocks. These are all the rocks from like the tank before. And I didn't really have very many options for this tank, so I just used any rock I could find. And I'm just hoping it works out. So now that all the rocks are in, I'm gonna go around my fish room and just try and collect a whole bunch of plants I can just plant in. Now, I know there's like a wide variety of rocks here. Like we got river pebbles to these things, and then just like normal rocks, and then Sirius stone that's like got lots of marbling in it. But I'm just gonna I sort of want the blend of all sorts of different rocks in it, I guess. Don't know how it's going to turn out. It could turn out really bad. Let's hope not. And then we got the sand, this little strip of sand in the middle. Not really as a path, but sort of as like also known as like a divider. So it'll look like a path, sort of, I guess. No plants are going to be planted in the sand. And I'm going to try and get some like stem plants that come up high alongside it. So I'm just going to plant in some plants. I'll show you it before I add water, and then I'll add some water, and once it's filled up, I'll figure out where I'm actually going to put it because I don't know exactly. So now I have added some plants. Over here we have some sesquitertang, some wavy green, forgot the name of it, hydrocotyle. We have an Anubias. No, this is Anubias. This is the wavy green right here. And then we have Rotala lining all the sand path. And then here, I think it's Helanthrium. Maybe not, all I know is it spreads. And then we got a green crypt right here. And those are the only plants so far. There will be a lot of floaters because that's what the gouramis will like. Man, I'm not good at holding this camera. So I'm gonna fill this up with water, and I'm actually gonna move it before I do that. So this right here is the 20-gallon tank that I will be taking those 2 honey gouramis, and then there's 2 sparkling gouramis going around. In this tank there's also some celestial pearl danios, and then a pair of apistogrammas, and a couple autosynclus and 1 baby bristlenose pleco. So there's one sparkling gourami, the other one's in the back, and then we got 2 honey gouramis. So I'm going to show you the tank that they are now going into because it is ready, filled up, and with all the plants in, and then I'll move them in. So this tank right here is below the 40-gallon, and it's still got that bubbles from being new. Those will go away after time. Hopefully the fish will help with those. And then when the plants start growing, that's when it'll really start to look good. Because right now it's very bare with just some rocks. There's no driftwood. Maybe I'll add some driftwood sometime later, but it's fine for now. We got floating plants up on the top for them to build bubble nests because the gouramis, and that's how they breed. Very similar to betta fish. So I'm gonna move the fish over now. I don't need to acclimate them because they're on the same water, and all of their water has the same temperature. They're probably just gonna sit at the bottom for a little bit and get used to the tank. Looks like they're good to go. So thank you for watching. Please check out one of my other videos and comment down below any ideas of what you want to see me do. And I'll see you next time.